Hi and welcome to Natural Aesthetics. So on New Year's Eve I finally managed to military press 90 kilos. It's been a very long standing goal. I've been working towards it exclusively since late September. So really chuffed, and to do it on the last day of the year was even better really. Fantastic end to the year. So really the programme started, to be honest, in the second half of 2018 because I was recovering from a very bad year and a half where I was at my weakest. I had a health issue where I had to take medication, and the medication made me very weak. Just felt terrible. So I was really down in the dumps at that point. And to be honest, if you would have asked me then if I thought it was possible to military press 90 kilos to be stronger than I've ever been before, I would have said no, because I felt so dreadful. But it just goes to show you, if you keep your chin up, keep working towards a goal, no matter what you have to overcome, it's always possible if you stay motivated and hungry and work diligently towards your goals. So that's kind of when it started really. The latter half of 2018 was just an overhaul of my training, trying to build my base strength back up, and that continued into the first 2/3 of 2019. It went really well. I followed mostly full body routines, did mad cow a couple of times, and more or less got back to peak strength levels on certain exercises. A lot of my upper body back movements, certain rows and pull downs were fantastic. Some chest pressing was back up to where it was in 2014 at lighter body weight this time round as well. Lower body was close, didn't really use a belt on any of the lifts, so didn't quite get to see what was possible, but I squatted 170k without a belt, deadlifted 200k with no belt as well. So overall really good. That goal was accomplished to build a good base level of strength, get back up to at least somewhat close to where I was, and my upper body movements matched it, if not surpassed it. Then I became obsessed with the idea of improving my military press. I remember doing 80 kilos for 2 sets of 2 back in 2014, and I really wanted to be able to do that again, if not surpass it, to be able to overcome obstacles, persevere, and finish the year off in 2019 saying I'm the strongest I've ever been on that lift. That was what I really wanted. So I set about creating a plan, and I started off using Smolov Jr. For anyone that's been watching my videos, I'm sure you would know what Smolov Jr is. Essentially, it's a very high volume, very intense protocol, a 3-week cycle. The base mesocycle of Smolov is a 3-week cycle. That can, if adhered to without injury, can very quickly boost performance. It was originally designed as a peaking protocol for Olympic weightlifters and has more recently been used for the bench press with the Smolov Jr. So I transferred that over to overhead press. The carryover works very well in my opinion. I did that routine 3 times on the trot, so 12 weeks of training. You can see here in the bottom left-hand corner the statistics. The first cycle I saw an improvement at 2.5 kilos. Again, on the second cycle, saw the same. Then on the third cycle, using a belt, I saw an improvement at 3.5 kilos. So up to 86k now. It's an 8.5k increase in about 12 weeks of training. But I still had 4 kilos to find in less than 2 weeks. So I came up with a very simple plan, which is pretty much what you've been watching in this video, utilising 3 very simple exercises. The first of which was just sets to failure 80 kilos. The second were 1.5 rep sets. So you press the weight up, bring it back down to the sticking point, which is generally going to be between nose, forehead level, and then press back up from that position after pausing for a second. So you're working on that very weak mechanical position where you're most likely to fail. And third and final, just slow negatives from a push press, working on 80, 85 and 90 kilos. Over Christmas, I started to space the sessions out a bit more to promote recovery, massively increase my food intake. I did nothing for the 2 days prior to this testing. So I lifted 80, which is what you're watching now, then 85 kilos, and then 90. And the 90 didn't feel too bad. It probably could have been easier. I didn't quite attack it as well as I attacked the 85. But regardless, it went up. That's a goal accomplished. I did try 92.5, but it wasn't to be. Didn't have quite enough air in the tank. Breath in at the bottom wasn't enough. But you can see the weight was going up, but just not quite enough to lock the movement out. So it just goes to show, whatever problem you might face, whatever setback you have to overcome, always stay positive, stay motivated, have a goal, and just keep working diligently towards it. So if you've got any questions regarding my training as a natural bodybuilder or strength enthusiast, then feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you, or email naturalasthetic@outlook.com for more info. Stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.